Now, how does it ultimately impact relationships like dating and your marriage?
From a relationship standpoint, I think first and foremost is people have problems trusting. I think because you don't feel like you can really trust someone um, because of things that have happened in your past, or you couldn't, you trusted in someone, one of your parents, or you trusted in a older cousin or a uncle or auntie, someone that let you down on a regular basis, or you had some kind of heartbreak as a child, and then trust just became an issue. So one of the things in relationships is just a trust factor. There's usually a issue with finding trust in people. There's also like fear of abandonment. So some people have been left by a parent, have been abandoned one way or another, whether it was direct or indirect, whether it was physically or just like emotionally. Uh, Someone could have feel abandoned, and so you just carry that with you in life, and you just have this fear of abandonment that you don't really have high expectations for certain situations or certain relationships because you just assume people are going to walk away from you, and things are not going to fully materialize. So the fear of abandonment is one thing. On the opposite end of the spectrum, sometimes you have people pleasing. You develop this people pleasing mentality or behavior where you want everybody to like you, you want everybody to accept you, and it devastates you when 98 people like you and two people don't, and you fixate on the two people that don't. So it's one of those things where, sometimes people have a people pleasing type of mentality that comes out of that. And, on either end of the spectrum, probably is not good, not where we want to be. Some people can relate to this because they're drawn to toxicity. They're drawn to relationships that just aren't naturally good because that's what they grew up in, or that's what they came up understanding. Like, anger, cussing, fighting, fussing, just chaos is what they're used to. So they tend to be more drawn to chaos than they are to peace. So, just being drawn to toxicity. And then lastly, I'll say is just like no emotional intimacy. You have some people that don't really go all in from an emotional standpoint. They don't really recognize it or understand it. But again, they've extended themselves emotionally in the past and have been hurt or have been, just frustrated or whatever the case may be. So those are some of the things that just, have grown with them, and that impacts usually negatively how they deal with relationships.